1,
2,
3, let's go!
Hey guys, I'm Isabel,
I'm Tamera.
and today is a highly requested video that a lot of you guys on TikTok have been asking us about for a very long time. So we wanted to we wanted to give you guys basically our coming out stories and how things went for us. Luckily, I think we have pretty positive experiences for the most part. I know a lot of people aren't fortunate to have that. And we also have a very special thing happening as well.
So we are doing our first ever giveaway. We're going to give away a $50 Amazon gift card. The giveaway will be on our Instagram. So all you could do is click the link or go to our Instagram.
Everything will be down below in the description.
There'll be more info on the Instagram post, so just go check that for if you have any questions. And you can also drop a question in the comments too, and we'll answer that too.
There you go.
I'll just start with my story because her story kind of connects with how we came out as a couple together to our parents. So in 2016, I came out, and it was because I was dating my ex. I had met up with her in New York at the same music festival that we first met at, and when I came home, me and the girl were dating. We weren't dating prior to the music festival, but when I left, we were. So then I came home and I told my mom that I was dating a girl, and she was fine with it. She seemed a little shocked in a way that like I took it as she was disappointed in me, but my mom is very relaxed, very chill. Like she's met my mom, so she knows. So I think it was just kind of a shock to her. So it was kind of awkward, and I felt like I did something wrong or I shouldn't have said something. But now, looking back, I think like she probably was just really shocked because it was like nothing ever happened the next day. So it was kind of like she didn't care. She just like wasn't expecting it, especially at that moment, I guess. But my mom was fine with it. Everything was good with her. So yeah, that's how I came out to my mom. As for the rest of my family, my grandma has technically always known that me and Isabel have been together. But I wasn't sure if she knew.
Super scary.
Like my mom told her she knew. But like I was like, well, maybe she just thinks you're saying girlfriend as like a friend. Because like a lot of like that generation, they hear the word girlfriend and they're like, oh, like your best friend. So I actually wasn't sure if my grandma knew or not until right before I moved here. I was living with my grandma, and I had to tell my grandma that I was up and moving to New York to live with Isabel. And so I came out to her, and she already knew, and I ended up crying. I don't even know why, like I just ended up crying. I think because I had 4 years of like our relationship that we were together that I was hiding from her, and I thought like she would hate me when I told her. So then when she was accepting of it, I cried, and my grandma cried too. But as for my grandpa, I am choosing myself to never tell him because if you were to meet my grandpa, you just know why right away. So I would probably be either I would have been kicked out, or just it wouldn't have been a very welcoming situation for me. So I'm choosing to not let him know. But yeah, everyone's different. Everyone has different family members, different stories.
To keep yourself safe and to keep your feelings safe, you just have to like take that to the grave, literally, and just like, I mean, and maybe he wouldn't mind, but I think you know him well enough to know that like it probably would save yourself by just like keeping it to yourself.
At the time, it was like, you should come out to your parents, or like have you come out to your parents, and like everyone was always questioning that. So then I thought like I had to, but I think once I accepted that like your story is your story, you don't have to tell anyone anything that you don't want to, that's when I decided like this is better for me to just not say anything to him. And I think I would be a lot happier with him not knowing than if he did. I think it was before we started dating that I came out on Instagram, and I will put my post right here so you guys can read it, or if you want to. But yeah, I think that was before we started dating, but right before we started dating, because I remember I was posting it and I was on FaceTime with you, and you were like encouraging me to, and you were like saying that I got this. Yeah, and it ended up being a very positive response from everyone who knew me. So that was my first like public coming out.
Well, my story,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have a story. Like I'm like very like masculine looking, so I feel like it was just like so obvious because like I was like cross-dressing at like in 6th grade. Yeah, so I just feel like when I was in that moment, I feel like I was very in denial. But it didn't make sense. Like I feel like the psychology of it didn't make any sense because I was like writing love letters to my best friend, and like I was like in love with her, and I was like writing her love letters, and I was just like I was like flirting with her, and I would hold hands with my like girl best friends, and like to me like at the moment like I wasn't thinking about anything, but like subconsciously I'm like, oh yes, like we're holding hands in the hallway in high school. But like I don't know, I think that's also just like internal homophobia. Like I feel like a lot of people that are in the community feel that. Like we feel that sometimes when we're outside and like we can't really read the room, and so we don't know if we should be holding hands. Like you shouldn't even have to think about that, but like sometimes just like with the state of the world, it's kind of like you just feel a vibe and you feel like, well, maybe we should act like friends, or maybe, which is awful. But I think that's kind of what I went through. And then my parents found out that I was gay by having her here 3 months into our relationship, and they thought she was just my friend, and I had her fly here and she stayed here, and I said she's just my friend, because you wouldn't think of 2 girls, they're just girl best friends. All right, we were sleeping together, like it was kind of crazy. Like honestly, that's one of the craziest things like I've ever done in my life. And then I just like busted out crying like when she had to leave, and I told my mom, and she was like, all right, like what do you want for dinner? Like it's just like something that they already knew, but like I denied it so much that they thought like, oh, maybe she's not, because I just kept denying it. But like it was almost like kind of obvious. So I feel like I don't really have like a story necessarily, but like I was very thankful that like my parents were very supportive, and like she's been living here for a year now.
I should insert the video of your mom sent me when I left.
Do you still have that?
I think I do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because she was bawling her eyes out. We were both crying because we were like so young and in love, and we still are, but like I think it was just so emotional because like that was the first time like we were ever together as a couple, because we were long distance. And her mom sent this video of her like saying like she loves us and she accepts us, and it was so nice, and I think I still have it, so I should put it on.
Well, I can play for you guys right now.
Hi Tamera, it's me, Julie. Isabel just told me your information, and I'm very happy for you guys. You didn't have to be afraid to tell me anything, and I'm sorry if I made you feel a little bit uncomfortable the first day. I was just freaking out that you guys were going to be out and about and I wasn't going to know what you were up to. But you're a lovely girl, and I'm happy you came for a visit, and hope to see you again soon.
But yeah, so that was that. Very cute. Love her mom. And now I live with her and her mom and her dad and her brother.
Yeah, which we should do a video about how like we make that work too, because we've just been doing this for like a year now, and like we haven't even showed you guys like what our room looks like how we manage space, like with storage and stuff. Like I think we can make that into a whole video. It seems so simple, but like this is how we live. But like for those of you that I guess don't have are not lucky enough to have supportive family members that will support you when you come out.
Like I said, like I knew if I came out to my grandpa, I would probably be in an unsafe environment or he would kick me out or whatever. So if you know that that's something like that, maybe it's not best for you to come out, and like that's okay. You don't have to come out to
Yeah.
even if you love who you live with, you love your mom, you love your family members, like if it's going to be unsafe for you, like your safety comes first. And just try to think too, like one day you'll have the opportunity to move out, and then you can be like as free as you could ever be. And yes, that if that's like a long time for you, then that is really hard, and I do understand where you're coming from because I was in the same position as that. But
there's a lot of stories of people that are like coming out like when they're like 85,
yeah,
which is awful because like you're like living this secretive life for such a long time. But like some of those people just genuinely never felt comfortable, like even with the new friends that they made at 40, like they just still didn't feel like they had that love and support, so they kept it to themselves until like literally to the grave. So if you're in that predicament, that's not a bad thing. Like you shouldn't ever have to like feel like you have to rush, and you shouldn't also worry about a label. Like there's so many people that don't have a label, like they don't know if they're bi, if they're trans, if they're like whatever, like they're just who they are, and they know they love something, whatever that is, and that's all that matters. Like if you don't even know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like there is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I want to emphasize that because I feel like so many people are so focused on labels, and if you have a label, that's fine, but like don't look down on people that might not know yet.
The other thing too, that like anyone part of the LGBTQ plus community has to go through is, even if you come out on social media or to your whole entire family, you're never done coming out. Like I moved to New York, I made friends with new coworkers that I had to come out to, new managers I had to come out to, new doctors I had to come out to. But every single day, like I have to come out to someone else. So it's never ending, and that's also why I don't take it too seriously, because it's just live your life. If you know who you love, that's who you love, and that's all. You don't have to let the whole world know if you don't want to, because even if you do, the whole world is never gonna know, because you're gonna start a new job, make new friends,
and do it all over again
every single day.
And you're gonna have kids, and you're gonna have to tell the kids' teachers that they have 2 moms, 2 fathers. Like it's just, it's never gonna end. It's never going to end, which sucks. But also, eventually you find comfort in learning how you want to come out, or you just don't to people.
I think we're just blabbing at this point, but also our Instagram DMs are always open as well if you ever want to ask us questions or rant or vent or whatever. So that's always there too. I think we're going to close this video out now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go enter our giveaway for the gift card.
Yes, it's our first one, so we really, really appreciate everyone that comments, likes it, just anything. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. It's all down below here. Thank you so much for the newfound love on TikTok. We really appreciate you guys. Sometimes you guys like rack up these videos so crazily, and we appreciate it so much. And same with YouTube. You guys have been amazing. And yeah, we love you guys. We wish you guys a safe and happy day. And if you watch this video and it encourages you guys to come out, please, by all means, let us know. Like she said, like our DMs are always open. And yeah, thank you guys so much. We love you guys.